Players set to leave the club, more transfer rumours, and the summer transfer window is now open. Welcome back to the channel and today's edition of the Daily Tottenham News headlines. Tottenham Hotspur have confirmed the departures of Fraser Forster, Sergio Reguilón and Alfie Whiteman following the conclusion of their contract, while Timo Werner departs following the conclusion of his loan spell from RB Leipzig. Experienced goalkeeper Fraser joined the club in the summer of 2022 following several years at Southampton. During the recently concluded season, he played 13 games, including 4 in the early stages of our Europa League success, taking his overall number of appearances for us to 34. Left-back Sergio arrived in 2020 and started the 2021 Carabao Cup final against Manchester City. After 2 seasons as a first-team regular, he spent time on loan at Atletico Madrid, Manchester United and Brentford before returning to us for the recently concluded season, where he played a further 6 times in our colours, taking his overall tally to 73 appearances and 2 goals. Homegrown goalkeeper Alfie came up through the academy system before breaking through into the senior squad. He first appeared on the bench for Tottenham in 2017 and made his competitive first-team debut in a UEFA Europa League victory over Ludogorets at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in November 2020. In addition to his 1 appearance for us, he had 2 separate loan spells at Swedish top-flight side Degerfors in 2021 and 2022, helping them avoid relegation from the Allsvenskan on both occasions. Forward Timo joined us on an initial 6-month loan from RB Leipzig in January 24 before returning for a second loan spell for the duration of the 24-25 campaign. In total, he scored 3 goals in 41 appearances in our colours. The club said, "We thank Fraser, Sergio, Alfie and Timo for their service and wish them all well for the future. As previously announced, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg's loan to Marseille will become a permanent transfer this summer, while Kevin Danso's loan to us from RC Lens becomes a permanent move. Further squad updates shall be provided in due course." Reports are stating that Ange Postecoglou's future at Tottenham is set to be decided next week, with sources viewing his position as under extreme risk despite winning the Europa League. Brentford's Thomas Frank will be in the frame should Ange Postecoglou depart Tottenham, with the Danish coach's work with young players at the G-Tech Community Stadium admired. And regarding ongoing transfer rumours and targets, Spurs continue to be linked with a variety of players. There's interest in Crystal Palace's Eberechi Eze and Mark Guéhi, though Palace are keen to retain Eze. Speculation also surrounds Bayern Munich's Leroy Sané, despite Bayern reportedly offering him improved terms. The future of Matisse Tell, who was on loan, remains undecided, with a 50 million option to buy. Other names mentioned in connection with Tottenham include Christopher Nkunku, Dušan Vlahović and Jarrod Bowen, indicating Ange Postecoglou's desire to strengthen various areas of the squad for the upcoming season. And finally, Tottenham Hotspur will face Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Super Cup final after the French side beat Inter Milan in the Champions League final. It will be the first ever competitive meeting between the two clubs, and the game will be played on Wednesday the 13th of August at the Stadio Friuli in Italy, 8 PM kickoff UK time. Okay, here's my thoughts on these stories today. Club announcing the departures of Fraser Forster, Reguilón, Whiteman and of course Timo Werner. We pretty much knew all these were going to be going out the door. Alfie Whiteman's been at the club for years. I just hope he goes on to good things for him. any player just surely wants to play football. And Alfie White was a good goalkeeper, but sadly just not quite made it at Tottenham. So good luck to him. Fraser Forster, obviously in the twilight of his career now. So if he gets another contract somewhere else, good luck to him. Perhaps another backup keeper somewhere, perhaps in a lower league. Sergio Reguilon, always liked Sergio, to be fair. Came in the season, obviously we got Gareth Bale back on loan. Really impressed me in the first season, but then just slipped off a bit. And obviously with loans away from the club, never quite got back to the heights that everyone expected him to. But good luck to him. Timo Werner, I'm not surprised the club haven't taken up the option to either buy him or give him another loan. He just hasn't done it for us, really. I mean, obviously came good in a couple of games, saw flashes of what he can do, but he was just never. I did hope we'd see a different Timo Werner. The Werner from his first loan, from his first spell at Leipzig, after Chelsea bought him, but he never came to fruition. His finishing was poor, wasn't it? Not very good. So probably the right thing to do. Well, definitely the right thing to do. Sending Timo back to Leipzig. Ange Postecoglou's future this week, or set to be decided this week. I think that's why there's not much coming out about rumours. There's a lot of rumours out there that are just absolute nonsense, to be honest with you, about possible transfers. We do on this channel try to bring you everything, but we do weed out the good from the bad, so to speak. I just think there's so much uncertainty until everybody knows what Postecoglou's future is. I don't think really we'll know much till later this week. There will be transfer rumours, of course, but until we know who the manager's going to be, they're going to want to bring in players for a certain manager. And if it's not Ange Postecoglou, they're going to have to rethink their targets, perhaps. If it is Postecoglou, that there's a plan in place, you would think. So hopefully we'll know more about that this week. And leading on from that, the rumours still continue to circle about Eberechi Eze. Mark Guéhi has obviously been running in the background for a long period of time now. We've admired Mark Guéhi. I think he would be a great addition to the squad, but possibly one for me if Romero goes. We'd need to replace Romero, which would be a difficult task in itself, but Guéhi is certainly the type of player we should be going for, in my opinion. But linked with Romero, all the rumours are saying that he's such an admirer of Postecoglou, and if Postecoglou was to stay, then Romero would stay. So there's so many moving parts to this. Again, speculation about Leroy Sané, the future of Matisse Tel, Christopher Nkunku. I don't think that one's going to happen personally. Dušan Vlahović, not sure about that one myself either. And I just slung this one in, Jarrod Bowen. I don't personally think there's any way Jarrod Bowen comes to Tottenham. Links with West Ham are too strong. I just can't. I love Jarrod Bowen, by the way, as a player. I think he's fantastic. I think we should have tried to get him from Hull when he was there, but I can't see Bowen coming to Spurs at the moment. And the last story there, Tottenham are going to play PSG in the Super Cup. That's going to be an interesting game for anybody who watched the Champions League final. PSG were absolutely superb and absolutely rampant. Biggest margin of victory in a final ever. I think we're going to have our work cut out, I'll be honest, against PSG. It's going to be a tough game. But these are the sort of games you want to be playing. Looking forward to that, though. Really looking forward to that game. It's going to be very interesting. But what a performance PSG put on the other night. And what a player, what a player he is. But their squad is littered with quality. So it's going to be a tough game for Spurs. Anyway, that's all from me. Get down in the comments, let me know your thoughts on today's stories. Come on, you Spurs.